Okay, I guess there's a lot of variety of stuff I read today. I guess the first one I read related to drones and talk about trying to track them, I guess, with just everyday equipment. How about this one? It says, amid privacy backlash, China's DJI unveils drone-to-phone tracking. As it says here, it says DJI's world's largest commercial drone maker said on Wednesday it is developing technology that would allow the public to track the registration of drones in flight using just a smartphone, amid a broader industry push to make such data available. It says they aim to roll out a free app in 2020 pending regulatory approval that will allow its users for the first time to identify any modern drone with a phone, company executives told Reuters. The push for remote identification technology comes amid regulatory calls for greater oversight of drone flight on fears that untraceable unmanned could be used for spying or accidentally disrupt commercial flights. DJI, which has an estimated 70% market share according to industry analysts, demonstrated its drone-to-phone transmission app at United Nations Aviation Agency's a drone-enabled conference in Montreal, saying, quote, "We've created a remote identification solution that works with what people already have." And they talk about how there's already things in existence, like for example, DJI does sell equipment basically to track their own drones. It says while remote identification technology is already available on the market, the services are for purchase, involve equipment, are often aimed at groups like companies, airports, and law enforcement. DJI says its apps would work on drones within a 1 kilometer range using Wi-Fi aware enabled smartphones. Unauthorized drone flying and sightings have led to flight delays and cancellations at airports, costing the aviation industry millions of dollars. Industry is eyeing better ways to track and identify drones similar to the use of license plate for cars, ahead of the eventual rules from regulations like the US Federal Aviation Administration. The closest thing I've read to this, if you guys remember, was way back. They had that company that was affiliated with the Intel, and essentially they're inventing something for the drones where you can detect what the drone is with their ID with just Bluetooth. So my assumption before was if you basically have like a drone in the air, it's just like basically if there's like a TV that's Bluetooth enabled, it basically just pops up on your screen. And funny enough, the founder of that actually contacted me and said, yep, that's exactly how basically it works. So it'd be interesting if that's going to be the regular norm, I guess, for a drone. Would you think it's a good thing or a bad thing that regular consumers could do something like this? But there are more ways to, I guess, detect drones. Like basically here it says here, military grade no drone counter UAS radar detection system released for airport facility and event anti-drone protection. And yeah, you can see how huge this is. I guess that's what they're talking about. Where normally you'd need something like this to basically detect a drone, whereas later on in the future people could just potentially just use their smartphones. And the other thing I read, basically it happened a couple of days ago, but I guess right now it's just spreading everywhere in the news. It relates to basically a person named Don Cherry, and he's basically a host here for a lot of hockey night in Canada shows. Like he does commentary. It's like obviously the person was involved in hockey before, and I guess you could say he's known to be really blunt in his opinion. But just recently he made a remark that basically made a lot of people mad, and it resulted in him, I guess you could say, essentially being fired. Apparently his rant was about, I guess, immigrants and how, in his opinion, a lot of them don't wear things like poppies for Remembrance Day. So he's basically kind of calling them out, I guess you could say. Like the quote was somewhere along the lines of, "You people that come here, whatever it is, you love our way of life. You love our milk and honey. At least you could pay a couple of bucks for poppies or something like that. These guys paid your way of life that you enjoy in Canada." So you guys can actually see the actual clip.
You people love, you that come here, whatever it is, you love our way of life, you love our milk and honey. At least you could pay a couple of bucks for poppies or something like that. These guys pay for your way of life that you enjoy in Canada. These guys paid the biggest price.
So you can imagine it's divided a lot of people, like even these articles with titles of things like "The Whiteness and Privilege of Hockey." Some people say it's his opinion, some people call it racist, but either way, it's dividing people. I guess it's kind of true in some ways where people basically said, how do you know that person you're criticizing is a quote immigrant, in the sense of like in recent times they just moved here? So I know a lot of the saying is everyone is technically an immigrant, like when they came to the land and all that. But the issue is still there. I mean, for everyone who says that stuff is basically gone to the Stone Age stuff, nope. I mean, take it from me. I experience it every day and I was born in this country. But again, in this case, it's a little hard to say just because that's just the way he is, I guess. I don't know. Okay, how about another test? It broke in half. That was the half broken one basically. I think it's trying to find a place to hide to eat it. Alright, see you guys later.